Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 14 of my All the Mods 10 playthrough. In every single episode thus far, we've always focused on a couple of different things, usually mechanical, trying to get some automated resources set up. This is going to be a totally different episode. My only plan for this entire episode is to build an actual home. Right now, all we've been operating with is this beautiful and elegant but small platform that we built on day one. We survived for 13 episodes with that. So today that's going to change. As you can see, we've cleared out a little bit of an area and we're going to actually probably flatten it all out or work with the terrain a little bit to try to make ourselves a gigantic purple castle. We're going to try to go with the thematic purple, white, black, and we're going to try to make it just beautiful and elegant. I'm going to use a couple reference images and I'll probably pop those on the screen here and there so that you guys have an idea of kind of what I'm going for. And then I'll probably jump in here and there as we build to try to give you an idea of where we're at, what we're thinking, what we've done, and kind of where we're going.
I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the hold closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago. Sleepless nights I laid awake just begging to let go.
Okay, so it took us a while to build this, and I think the house looks absolutely fantastic. It looks so similar to really what I was going for. I love towers in the four corners, and I love the big walls, but the big open area in the middle, I think is going to give me a lot of room to do exactly what I want. However, two things have changed since I recorded the intro to this episode. Number one, I don't think there's enough content here to really justify just like a house building episode. So we're not going to do that for the whole episode. Give you a few highlights just to kind of show you, hey, I actually did build this house. I didn't just copy paste it in, right? Second thing, we got a new release today, 0.36. We finally got mystical agriculture. So I'm probably going to spend the remainder of this episode walking through setting some of that up. Probably going to have to RTP to go find some essence to start with. And then because of where we're at already, we should have enough that we can get a pretty decent setup going and be well on our way to automate basically whatever resources we want. So let's get right into that. I think I need 8 of those. All right, so we're going to set up the infusion altar first. Right. We're going to move it 2 more and 1 more. So that's 1, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay, so I need 1 more wool to build that last altar. However, in order to use it or do anything with it, we are also going to need a lever, which is really easy to make. We're going to need some inferium essence to start with, but you can't just make, you actually have to start finding it. So that'll give it a constant redstone signal. Close it up. So what we're going to do, I think, is RTP. This should load in brand new chunks for us, which means we should be able to just either dig down and find some, or potentially find some zombies that will have it. While we're at it, we're going to kill a sheep. And that's all the wool I need. Okay, so, you know, I guess we just go underground, right? Man, well, I just hate water caves. Okay. If inferium essence is in world gen, then it'll be in here. Let's go. So we don't need a whole ton to start with. I do, however, need to switch that back to this so that I mine all of it. We got our first inferium essence. That's so exciting. There's some more. I do have to be careful. I'm about to run out of steam on my jetpack. And I don't want to be floating over lava when that happens, or too high in the air. But we do already have everything that I came for. Definitely need that though, so... slash home. Okay. Got plenty of inferium. I know I've got plenty of seeds. We got 10 inferium seeds. And we need to actually get like a full-blown setup going with this. Start with some planks. We're gonna also bring some deep slate bricks with us. I'm for sure gonna need a bucket of some sort. We're looking at putting water right there. Then there. Okay, so those are our extremities. We will be building this up. I need to make sure I'm ready for that. Do we have... Oh, we sure do. We sure do. Alright, so we're just going to do my normal setup for this then. I'm come get a harvester pylon and a hoe. Make one of those. Oh, I don't have any of the stuff for it, so quartz slabs. Blocks of quartz. Quartz slabs. I need a hay bale. And I need polished blackstone. So now... Okay, perfect. That wasn't bad. And I've got the hoe already. I need a chest. So if you're ever wondering, this right here is like my day one setup for mystical agriculture. Okay, so we've got all that. I do need to put the chest on top, but I think I'm gonna get a better hoe, an unbreakable one. We get a netherite hoe, and we have an aldomodium one. So this one shouldn't break and should last forever. So we can put that right in here. And we'll be just fine. So now, the next important thing we need to look at is how to accelerate the growth of everything in that farm. However, before we do that, I did notice my jetpack is literally empty. We're gonna let him fill back up for a second. We have 24 now. Is more than enough to make the 4. I was pretty sure that was iron. Oh, I just had it. I got 4 of those now. Okay, so now I need to make these grow faster, which I can use this watering can for. They are literally not growing at all. Oh, there we go. So I don't need a lot of inferium. I just need some. I think I have some still, but not a lot. All right, so we got the inferium watering can now, so that should do a little bit more. Right? Yeah. Wider radius. We may just AFK here. Okay, Okay, now I was going to end the episode there, and I still am planning on doing exactly like what I said. I'm going to continue to use this watering can and get a whole bunch of inferium. That's the plan. However, there has been some major updates since I ended this video, and I really want to include them in this episode. So I'm going to add a little bit on so that we can make a couple extra things real quick. Okay, so the first thing that we've added, yes, we finally have jetpacks back. Okay, so we have good, actual, usable jetpacks that we can just use like normal power to charge. So let's go through and make these real quick. Does the basic coil not have a recipe? I take it back. Apparently it's here, but you can't craft it yet. Okay, I found the recipe online. Let's see if it works correctly. So this thing says you need a stick in the middle, 2 redstone, and 4 iron. So no, it does not work correctly. Okay, so never mind. Great. I was so excited about that. Okay, so instead of doing that, what I'm going to do is continue to build the inferium farm really, really big. I feel like our number 1 goal here should be to completely fill out the bottom with inferium seeds. So that's going to take quite a few more and quite a bit of actual inferium. But once we get that going, we'll be doing really well. Ooh, that looks better. So another thing that they added to this pack is shaders. I don't see my performance dropping at all. The recording is still doing just fine. And the whole game just looks better. Do I look weird at all? No, I look totally normal. Looky there. That's awesome. It looks so much better. Okay, so now every single block, with the exception of the middle one where the water is, has one of these inferium growth accelerators. All right, so I'm probably going to cut out most of that so you guys won't see it. But what we've done is we've upgraded our chest that feeds into our centrifuge to a sophisticated chest. And we've added a stack upgrade tier 4. That way it can hold a whole bunch of combs in a single slot, but also has a lot more slots. In addition to that, we did the exact same upgrade on the one out here by the bees, so that way when they're producing, they can just keep putting everything they're producing right in here and it won't fill up nearly as quickly because I keep having it fill up on me. Also, I'm sure you noticed we're getting a lot more inferium now, and that's because we created the infusion crystals to allow us to upgrade to higher levels of essence. So the watering can we currently have is a 7x7 area, and we have a little bit left in here. But we also, like you saw, use the inferium growth accelerators underneath each of the individual seeds out here. Now, there are 2 higher tiers of watering cans. I'd like to get to at least the 9x9. So in order to do that, I need 8 full stacks of inferium essence. We're just going to keep using the watering can to have it grow quickly. And then hopefully we can get there pretty quick. All right, we got our 8 stacks that we need. Head back and craft everything we need for the higher tier watering can. So if I did my math correctly, we needed 512 inferium essence, and that should give us 8 of the blue essence. 8 Imperium, just like that. So now gives me 4 of those. That's close enough. Another recipe. Alright, so now we can do a 9x9 area, which should be the entire area. I'm just not sure if I can right click it on top of the chest. I can. So this is now speeding up the growth of all of the inferium. Okay, so I'm gonna try to time it and see how much inferium we get in a minute. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, done. 198 in a minute. That's pretty good for basically having no like advanced resources. All we're using are these growth accelerators and then inferium farmland and a watering can. All right, so let me give it a little bit to get equalized out, make sure everything's grown at least once, and we'll pull it all out and we'll do that time test again to see how much that upgrade may like increase what we produce. Okay, everything should be at varying stages of grown. All right. Well, I can tell you we're definitely making more. 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. So we went from 198 to 237. That's a pretty substantial jump. Kind of makes me wonder how difficult it's going to be to create enough to maybe go up another level too. Minus 27 times 4 times 4. I need 884 divided by 64. I need 13 and a quarter stacks. All right, dare I say it, I think we have enough. Should be able to take all of this back, upgrade it all, and then have enough to switch all of our farmlands to the next tier. Alright, now I didn't necessarily want to perform scientific experiments. However, we know that inferium with this exact setup gets us about 198 a minute. And we know that the second tier, the dark green one, Prudentium, gets us about 234 for 60 seconds. So, that obviously begs a question. What does tertium give us? So, like we did last time, we're going to get up here, we're going to let it equalize out for a little bit, let everything grow a couple times into a nice cycle so that everything's growing at about the same speed. And not everything is trying to just like get kicked off the ground right away. And then once we're at a pretty stable place, we're going to do this again. All right, I think we're at a good spot. 15, here we go. So the number to beat is 234. And obviously I think we will beat it. It's just a question of by how much. That first one we jumped up by 36 essence a minute. Still about 20 seconds left. Okay, so we're definitely doing more, which is again expected. 4, 3, 2, 1, done. 330. So the first one went up by 30 and the second one went up by 96. Kind of want to make kind of makes me want to try the next tier. And 5,120 inferium. I think it's probably going to be worth making a sophisticated chest for this. Okay, so we're going to go put this on top of the mystical agriculture farm. That way I don't have to worry as much about how much stuff is getting put in it. Okay, so I need 5,000, which means we're definitely going to AFK this. The problem is I can set something on my mouse to make that work. It's just a problem of keeping crouch held down. Okay, we're gonna leave that there. We're not gonna touch it. We're not gonna mess with it. We're gonna hopefully come back and we'll have at least 5,000. That would be the goal for sure. Okay, we're back. Based on what I saw, we should have well over 5,000 inferium essence in there. There it is. Nice little 94 imperium. We're gonna go swap this out real quick. Now, I remember that the first one was 180. Second one was 234. And I believe the third one was 330. So again, we have to kind of get this to a point where it's balanced out first. And then once it's pretty balanced out, where it's making a pretty consistent amount of inferium essence, we're going to try it out again. We'll let it run for 60 seconds just like normal. And we'll see how many more than 330 it creates in 60 seconds. And here we go. All right, we passed up the first tier. Passed up the second. There goes the third tier. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. 444. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, now you can cut back to the actual outro. Thank you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to AFK here. This is going to be the end of the episode. We have a beautiful start. Feel free, if you're going to start mystical agriculture, to mimic this exact setup here. I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you do, please feel free to subscribe, leave a like. Don't forget, you're special, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.